Salut. I'm going to get straight into it today. I'm feeling a very weird, funny, awkward energy. So I don't know what that's about, what the message is going to be. So let's see what comes out. What is this energy around the collective right now, please? What is this message, please, angels? What does this collective need to know today? Challenges, okay. Make a decision, work on inner healing. So you could be feeling like, I just heard mountain out of a molehill. So maybe something seems like a big challenge for you right now, but it's actually, in fact, not a challenge, but it just seems bigger than it really is right now. Your perception might be skewed. Love spell, you've been bewitched. So there's someone in your energy that feels, I'm feeling more inclined to say feels bewitched by you, not you're bewitched by them. And maybe you've had challenges around this person, like distance. So there's distance between you and someone that has a lot of love for you. Emotional distance, yes, but this is actual physical distance too. So there is, this could be a long distance relationship that you're already in, or someone, a past person that there's distance between you, as in travel. They would have to travel to see you. And that could be the challenge here. Or this could be that there's a person attached to you that you're not aware that they're currently in love with you. It's a past person that you've been with that for whatever reason you went into separation and there was physical distance put in between you two due to this separation. This person still loves you. They're bewitched by you. But the challenge in their mind, the biggest challenge that reconnecting with you will be, is the distance here, that they have to travel to come see you. Challenges. Earth sign with cycles. Yeah, so this is a past person that you've had many cycles with. Whenever I see this card, yes, it says fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. But when I see cycles, this is someone that you've been on this roundabout with a few times. There could have even been, in the breakups and makeups, quite a lot of moving involved. A lot of upheaval. And perhaps as well, in this distance, this emotional distance, this has been a long time here. This is perhaps maybe the longest cycle you've been in with this person, of the longest separation you've ever been in with this person. Maybe in the past you always came back to each other pretty quickly within a few weeks or a few months. So maybe it's been a couple of years since you've been with this person, but there's been lots of cycles here. It's been a very tumultuous relationship, but the love was always there. They could be an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could be, but earth signs are about grounding this in reality. So perhaps for this person, the two main challenges are they're trapped in their mind about the cycles that you two have repeated in the past, and that they would have to travel to be with you. But they're wanting to ground this. But these challenges might seem like a big thing to them. Perhaps they're challenges that this person wants to face, but they might feel bigger than this person can handle right now. So the issue isn't the lack of love, it's the how do I face these challenges, how do I overcome these challenges so I can be with this person I love again. Love spell. And I've just noticed this card. I'm not happy in my current situation. I'm miserable without you. So that could also be pushing this person to really look at the challenges that they're facing in regards to coming back towards you, because they want to get out. They know that they're miserable where they are now. They want their happiness with you. Love spell. Give it time. So I think this person, I think there's been a long time here. Like I said before, this is probably the longest you've ever been separated from this person, because the many cycles you've had before now, you probably broke up but got back together quite quickly over and over again. But because this has been the longest point of separation, perhaps even no contact, this person has been, and perhaps you too, have been waiting on divine timing, hoping that everything will come back together. If they just let things flow, the answers will come to them. That is what they're hoping for. And it could also be that they were hoping that if they gave it enough time, they would get over this love that they have for you, that they wouldn't be bewitched by you anymore, but it hasn't gone away. If anything, it's intensified with time and space. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. So they also too might be going, okay, it's been however long, I'm still not over this person. I still love them and see my future with them. What challenges do I need to face? How do I overcome these challenges to go back with them, to be with them again? And distance is a big one here. Okay, so pets and health. You might have a pet, or they might have a pet that is currently their health. You or this person may have just had to put a pet down, or you might be worried about a pet's health. I also see the pets card as animals in general acting strange around you. One of the main examples I use is if you're out somewhere and someone's walking their dog or whatever, and dogs always seem to come up to you, or they're always looking at you, like they turn their heads even to look at you. They're just very drawn to you. But that to come out together, I feel like there is a pet either in your life or this person's life that their health is a big issue right now and either needs to be put down, or it's something that around a pet's health, but also your mental health and their mental health. And this mental health could be something that's kept them at a distance from you as well. Okay, I don't know why that just made me feel really sick and like I was gonna cry. So let's tap into this person then and see what it is they feel for you. Let's really get into it. Ascension, upgrades, light codes, leveling up, so healing. I actually just heard they think that you've had to do a lot of healing because of what they did to you. You might even be in the mode, we'll get how you feel about this person, but I think this person connected to you might be concerned that you see them as either a karmic or perhaps even abusive. Not necessarily physically, emotional abuse, like, looming over you, screaming at you, or just calling you names or belittling you or mocking you when you cry, that sort of stuff. Not very nice. But they see you as someone with a big heart, a pure heart, someone that loves fully, has a lot of compassion and accepted them. So I'm seeing someone who, even when they were not being the best to you, any of those examples I said before, it's almost like you tried to soothe them through treating you badly because you knew that the way they were treating you was coming from their trauma. And that's where empathy can get you in trouble, because a lot of times, even though someone is so deeply hurt, someone you love is so deeply hurting you, because you love that person so deeply and you know what they've been through, you know that the way they're treating you is coming from a broken place. So the nurturing, compassionate side of you is accepting of that bad behavior, even though you shouldn't be, because you know where it's coming from, that it's coming from a wounded place. But that does not mean that you deserve to be treated that way. But that's when you have a big heart, when you're pure-hearted and you've been through pain in your life, and you understand that people sometimes act out of their trauma and they don't mean it that way, you give them a pass where really you need to set the boundary, be like, that's not behavior that I deserve or will accept. Yes, I know that you have things that have hurt you in the past and you have a lot of built up resentment and anger, but I do not deserve that. That kind of confrontation when I'm upset is not something I deserve. It's like you had that acceptance for them, but they didn't have. So when you were upset and they were getting more angry at you for being upset, you were trying to soothe them in the situation. They were never trying to soothe you. So you had to push your upset down to calm the situation down, and that's not right. This person, I think, especially with that healing card, straight away I just heard that they know that they caused you a lot of pain and that you've had to do a lot of healing because of it. So that could also be part of, how do I overcome this challenge when I know I've created so much damage here? In this time we've been apart, I can see that you, the collective, they can see that you have leveled up, that it's almost like I'm seeing someone who's found their spark again. You lost your spark with them and you've got your spark back, and they can see that. So it's like they have so much love for you and they want to come back towards you. But at the same time, they don't want to take your spark away again, because they know they did that to you in the past. Okay, so whatever it is you do purpose-wise, it doesn't even necessarily have to be that you do it for money. It could just be that on the side they see you, because you got the shaman here under light codes. So however they've seen you level up, you've followed some kind of purpose where you're a guiding light for people, where you are healing people in some capacity, whether it's with your words or through massage or some kind of heal. It could be sound healing. You may very well be a shaman, or medicine. There's so many different ways in which you can help people and heal people, and that's how they're seeing you. They're seeing you having gone through an ascension period where you have really come into your own in the way that you help people. They're really seeing you pursue some kind of purpose where you help people. You work with medicine, you might do kind of Chinese medicine or things like that, Eastern medicine I think it's called, or it could just be that you are the medicine. When people come to you for advice, well, the advice you give heals them, things like that. And they're seeing that, which means they can see something of yours that pertains to them seeing how much you have leveled up in your life. Healing your psychic abilities. So before, when I said maybe if when you were upset they would mock you, like they'd make fun of you crying or whatever, just not very nasty. Same goes with psychic abilities. Part of your healing might be that you have really tapped into your psychic abilities, and maybe that was something, your intuition or your sight, before they used to mock you for it. They used to, like, if you saw the magic in every little interaction in your life, but they just thought that you see too much into things, that you're too intense, that you feel too deeply, but that's because they lacked the ability to feel deeply in themselves. And again, you understood that, you still accepted them because you knew that they lacked that depth because of their upbringing, because of their own trauma. But that doesn't mean that you deserve to cop that. But your psychic abilities are definitely something that they've noticed you have developed significantly since you've been in separation from them. Courage. 1, how courageous you've been. I just heard in that you walked away because you knew you had to. Especially with cycles. If the cycles keep getting worse and worse and the behavior, the treatment towards you is getting worse and worse, even though you loved someone and you wanted to be with them, you had to make the courageous decision to walk away when it ended, because it was going to keep getting worse. So you had to be brave. As much as it broke your heart and hurt you, you had to be brave and walk away. But their courage to come back towards you, because they know that because of how they treated you in the past, nothing less than determination and persistence on their part will be accepted by you, especially if they're seeing you like this now, where you've really come into your own and you're looking like you're really strong now. They have to come in with something better than just sorry for everything and then trying to move past it like there isn't a pile of hurt there. But they believe you're their twin flame. And it's hard because so many people on here have varying opinions about twin flames. And I've said this before, it was a while ago now, but a couple of months back I did a reading where I was like, the label doesn't matter. If someone has hurt you deeply, and as much as you love them, you know that they're not good for you, twin flame or not, you have to do what's right for you. But that being said, some people think that not everyone has a twin flame. Other people believe everyone has a twin flame, but you're not activated in every single lifetime. Other people think that twin flames don't necessarily have to be romantic. My belief is that you can have many soulmates, people that you've known in many lifetimes, and they can change roles, as in one lifetime they could be your parent, the next lifetime you're their parent, or best friends, or even just people you work with that you've known in other lives, probably people you click with immediately. I think that my belief is that you can have many soulmates. My belief with twin flames is that it is a soul contract since the beginning of time, where you, as two souls, made an agreement to find each other in every lifetime, and that love transcends time and space, and that it is a romantic thing. And then you've got people that think that twin flames don't have any issues. It's just that the love is so strong you can't handle it. I don't necessarily believe that either. I think that, but again, everyone's truth is different when it comes to twin flames, because it is something that you feel internally. Twin flame, my understanding is that twin flames can be worse than karmics sometimes, because it really, karmics a lot of times can keep you numb and keep you not learning and growing because it's comfortable, whereas twin flames will make you face your wounds. So if that brought out that anger in them, or that nastiness where they would mock you for crying or belittle your psychic abilities or whatever it was, that was bringing up you as a person were triggering their wounds, and vice versa. Whatever they did, however they reacted to you, triggered your wounds. But the way you react is different. That can seem in some people's mind as karmic, because that's where it gets a bit dangerous, where you feel like it got very toxic, but it's because the wounds were being revealed. And when the wounds are revealed, it's very raw and it feels very frightening. And then that's when separation happens, because both of you have to work on those woundings. And until you do, it will always seem toxic. So then when you're ready and you become a divine masculine and a divine feminine, it's not that you'll never have fights and stuff, but you'll be so much more able to handle it and treat each other better and properly and soothe the situations instead of inflaming them how you had in the past. So hopefully that made sense. But this person sees you as their twin flame, whether you're the feminine watching this and this is your masculine, or you're the masculine watching and this is the feminine. But this person believes you to be their twin flame. I feel like I need to get these message cards, so let's do it. Let's get straight into it. What does this person want to say? I wanted to see if this actually is... I want to find out if this actually, if it's the masculine watching or the feminine watching. I think it... Because before I get messages, I want to know if the messages are coming... if these messages are from the feminine to the masculine or vice versa. Okay, so far we've got expecting. So you two might have shared a pregnancy, but the expectations that whoever this message is from has on themselves moving forward. I do want to say, I feel like this is the masculine's feelings. I am leaning more towards that, just because if they're knowing that they need to travel to be with you, masculines are more about taking action, and this isn't like a misogynist thing where I think that women can't take action. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and you need to balance them. But in the dynamic of twin flames, the feminine receives and the masculine protects, provides, and for them to fill in their purpose, they need to be giving to the feminine, and then the feminine... I don't know if you've seen videos where they say when you give something to a female, she expands it. So when you get a woman pregnant, she gives you a baby. When you buy her a house, she makes it a home. Like, she makes things better. So the masculine gives and the feminine receives, and then what the masculine gets out of that giving is a beautiful life. So I feel like it is the masculine that wants to come towards the feminine. But Archangel Michael came out as well, which is, he's an angel of protection, but it can be painful, because sometimes the things that they're trying to protect you from are the things you're trying so hard to hold on to. So sometimes he'll rip things away from you that you weren't ready to let go of, because you're not seeing the signs that it's not the right time. So it could be right person, wrong time, because you both have some serious healing to do, and it's only going to keep getting worse, like I said before. So he will blow his trumpet and rip the two of you apart. It's like you both need a timeout, go into your corners and do the work. But by doing that, you both rise up in this time apart. You go through a big death period, a death of your ego, and you're reborn stronger and more in your self-worth. Passion. I mean, in general, twin flames have this immeasurable pull towards each other magnetically, like attraction-wise. Cannot get enough of each other. The chemistry is wild, but I think for that to come under expectations, I think that this masculine is actually very passionate towards the feminine. But again, I think because the cycles that you two have shared, plus the distance, is this big mountain that they're struggling to figure out how to fix or transcend the obstacles. Divine timing, surrender and trust. Again, I think this masculine is very much trying to, he's thinking about it a lot, but he's also going, the answers will come to me when it's time. Like, the time to act, I'll know when it's time to act, because it'll just be, I've got to do it now kind of thing. Travel and watching. Hang on. Yeah, I didn't get the Chariot flipped over, and that's a travel card too. So yes, this person, this masculine, needs to travel to you. We already know this physical distance. It was one of the first cards to come out. And like I said, they are watching you because they've seen you ascend. They're seeing you follow your purpose, use your psychic abilities. They're really seeing you level up and look strong and empowered and confident. They have to be watching to know that about you. So they are spying on your social media, but I don't think you know this. And going over the travel here, traveling to come see you. And it could even be as well, especially if they are wanting to rebuild something here with you, it can't just be a moving in together straight away. It can't be 0 to 100, especially if there's been a lot of damage here. So part of it might be them going over their finances and thinking about how they can make, you know, multiple trips over a time before they really make any real permanent move. But I think that these are things that they're really going over in their mind. They're in planning mode. It's like foresight. All right, let's get these messages from them. What do they want to say to you right now? What is on their mind when it comes to you? Telepathic communication. So they're probably wondering, does she miss me like I miss her? Can she feel and hear my thoughts? Am I feeling her thoughts, or am I thinking her thoughts? That's what's on their mind right now. And I didn't think you would walk away. And what did I say in the beginning? You felt like as much as you love this person, as much as it hurts and you want to be with them, you knew at that time that the only option was to walk away. Even if they were the ones to end it, they still didn't think that you would actually walk away. Because remember I said as well, before in the past, your cycles were a lot shorter. You'd break up but get back together, or at least be in communication. Whereas this time, it's been the longest separation you've had, as well as probably, I'm going to say, no contact. So they really did not think that you would stand your ground with this, and you did. You did walk away because it was unhealthy, and you both knew that. But I think, again, the time here is what has made this person go, wow, you really walked away, like properly walked away. There was no getting back together again or anything like that. You didn't put up with my shit. You crushed my big ass ego, but that made me respect you even more. So maybe as well in the past you chased a bit. If a couple of months went by with no contact, you'd find some way to reach out. Whereas now, it's been a good while that you've made any contact with this person. So they really feel like they've been humbled here. Again, because they had experienced you loving them so fiercely before, I think it shocked them that you've stayed away as long as you have. Because they needed to step into their masculine energy and become the chaser. Instead of sitting there waiting for you to come back, especially after the damage they've caused, they needed to really work on their wounding and then step into that energy of taking the lead, being in charge, and actually coming towards you and showing up properly. And they were only going to learn that by losing you. I'm ready to come clean. I can't lose you again. So I think they've been holding on to these feelings for a very long time, but I think probably up until recently, they were convincing themselves that it was better just to stay away, but now they're wanting to come forward again. And I think as well, being humbled and the fact that you crushed their ego, a bit of pride got in the way of being like, I don't want to be the first to reach out, just silly things like that. I miss making love to you. I'll do anything just to hold you again. Yes, making love, but all the things that come with just true intimacy with your one and only, the person that you love more than anyone else. I fucked up. I don't know what to say to you or how to make things right. So that could also be why they're very stuck in their head. Yes, there's the cycles. Yes, there's the distance. But what do I say to make up for all the pain I've caused here? You were so smart. You have me figured out. For some reason, I want to get one more from this. And then we'll get... I love your swag. You are the whole package. And that's just because they are seeing how good you look. And not just physically. Obviously, they're very attracted to you. But it's not just a physical thing. The way that you've stepped into your power and leveled up. And you're really pursuing something that is using your healing abilities in some way, shape or form. It doesn't even have to be something obvious like therapy. It could be something that you've completely paved a new path for yourself in some way, shape or form. I know you are my soulmate, babe. Our bond is magnetic. What did I say? I'm seeing all the signs. There's being bombarded of signs of you right now, but also like seeing your name everywhere, your license plate. Your license plate. Maybe there's been messages on license plates. You know how people get personalized plates? So maybe they've been seeing the plates might say your actual first name or last name, and it could be synchronized numbers like 555 or whatever on the license plate. But also it could be like just weird words on a personalized plate that just relate to you in some way, that immediately when they see that personalized plate, they think of you. I haven't heard that before, so that's very specific. Okay, I want to get these. So I just heard, I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. So I think they're coming into understanding what it is now. They did get twin flames, so give me time to explore this aspect so I can be a strong spiritual partner for you. It could be as well too that they've maybe just stumbled across things online about twin flames and they're starting to research it, and like they're trying to gain knowledge on twin flames and soulmates and stuff, and they're starting to kind of think, I think that's my twin flame, as in you, the collective. So I think they're learning things right now as well when it comes to that. I just heard 6 months. So 6 months ago you heard from them, or in 6 months something's going to happen. Or 6 months ago something happened to them that made them shift their perspective. So maybe over the last 6 months they've really been delving into understanding what this connection is. The chaser, that's exactly what I said. So, but you've got not today, not dealing hurt, still angry. So that's their pride. I think they're expecting, they're avoiding a conversation with you because they're expecting you to be angry, because they know they've caused damage here. And again, if there's been a long time, it's kind of like the more time that passes, the harder it is to reach out because there's so much to say. It's like they want to be with you, but they also don't want to deal with, they don't want to, it's like someone who's avoiding being rejected, which means that they're still prioritizing their own feelings of rejection over the pain they've caused you and taking accountability for it. But they are in that chaser mode. The roles have reversed. They do feel like, I think their pride has been really bruised in some way, shape or form here. They're really needing to eat humble pie and be like, hang on, if I want to lead, if I want to be the alpha, so to speak, and lead my family as I want to have with you, then I need to take charge of this situation. I need to communicate. I need to take accountability. I need to speak up. And funnily enough, it says fear of abandonment issues. This person has fear of abandonment, but they abandoned you. So it's a bit, but then they didn't think you would walk away. So silly. But people's heads get all over the place when you're heartbroken. Hammer, how they sabotage this relationship. They know they sabotaged this, and I think they felt as well the way things ended, perhaps things started to get quite repetitive, and that's what I meant with the cycles. They kept progressively getting worse. So you loved each other so much, but you still couldn't seem to get through conflict in a healthy way, and it was just repetitive, and that's why they ended things, or that you walked away, because it wasn't being soothed, it wasn't being healed. You guys weren't growing and evolving through the arguments. They just kept cycling through the same way again and again. But this can also be wanting to work on it. This masculine wants to work on it. Their intentions, I just heard. Their intentions is to be there, I just heard. The butterfly, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child growth. And that's part of healing the inner child. If they feel, if maybe because of their upbringing, they feel resentful towards, or they get overwhelmed by having to make big decisions. And because there's distance here as well, and you guys faced a lot of challenges in the past, so they're remembering those challenges as well. Because this is such a big decision, especially closing the distance, if they have to travel to be with you, these are big decisions that perhaps overwhelm them, but they want to make this work. They're just still in planning mode, not action mode. I think this person's about to become the chaser. I don't think they're the chaser yet. I think this is what is coming soon. And that's the relationship evolving, because you both have evolved as individuals and can come back together in a healthier way. Not today. Yeah, stabbed in the back. So perhaps as well, maybe they heard things about you during this separation. Maybe they heard that you'd vented to people about the way they treated you, and rightfully so. If this masculine was horrible to you during conflict, and you happened to vent to someone and they found out and they resented you for it. That's this not today, not dealing hurt, still angry. Kind of not seeing the situation clearly, because knowing they hurt you but expecting you to stay quiet about it, it's not the best perspective to have. They know they caused you a lot of pain here. And they know that they broke your heart and that you felt attacked by them. And they know that they were very deceptive. There's things that maybe you called them on that they didn't admit to, or called you crazy for. Maybe they got with someone very soon after things ended. Someone that, it could be a number of things that you felt stabbed in the back by this person, but for whatever reason, they held on to how they felt stabbed in the back by you, because you, again, rightfully so, needed someone to talk to about the pain this person inflicted on you. Very skewed perception. If you know you've hurt someone, you can't resent them for needing to talk to someone about it. Don't treat people badly then. Hammer. But they know they sabotaged this, so I do think their perspective is changing, but it is still here, I'm not going to lie, so their perception still is a little bit not fully right. But it could also be that there was some things that you kept from them, some secrets that you had that they found out. Maybe you admitted to things later that you had held on to, and that hurt them when they found out. And that's how they feel stabbed in the back. And that also might be what they used to hold on to so that they would stay away from you. But addictions. There is some kind of addiction here, something that they dabbled in, whether it was gambling, drinking, substances, whatever. Any kind of addiction that caused them to sabotage this relationship because they couldn't handle how badly things were going. So they then started to dabble in things that they shouldn't have, which then clouded their vision and then caused them to act out of character in how they handled you, or mishandled you, I should say. And as well, I think they're kind of in an obsessive thought pattern at the moment when it comes to you, especially when they're going over the challenges that need to be faced here. But palm tree on the bottom, stability and security, perfect. The overall energy of this is that this person wants stability with you again. They want to secure the bag here. secure the bag. That's so weird. I never talk like that. Secure the bag. To me, that just kind of sounds like lock it down, like lock you down, like kind of how that other twin flame card that says when you know, you know. It's like those people that say they meet their person and they know within a few weeks, this is the one I'm going to marry, and they'll propose to them after like 6 months because they're like, that's my person, that's it, and they lock in and that's done. They want to take you off the market. But this person has been going through a lot of growth, and I think that they're perhaps their inability to be flexible or compromise before is something they're aware of and working on, and they will need flexibility if they have to travel to see you, but they want to create permanence here. And even if I think that this person's perception needs to change in the sense that to know that when they come towards you with communication, to not expect sunshine and roses and lollipops and rainbows and all that stuff, that you're going to be reserved, but they need to endure, because that's the only way you're going to see that they mean business when it comes to you. Do they have the patience to endure a little bit of pushback from you for a while, until you feel safe and you feel like you can trust them again? Understanding that real patience means allowing you time to get comfortable with them again, build a solid foundation again. All right, let's get the universe's perspective. Number 9, telepathic messages. Sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head. At times it triggers me because I wonder how much you can see into me. Straight away I heard that they felt sometimes like you were manipulative. If you're the kind of person that wears your heart on your sleeve and you're an emotional person, a sensitive person, if that's a trigger for them, that then means that they have been surrounded by people that have used emotions to manipulate them in the past. So then when you would act a certain way, it triggered that wound in them. And it's not okay to mock or belittle you when you're upset. If they understand that that's a really toxic trait for them to have and they need to heal that, that's what you want. But I'm just saying, if that's a trigger in them, that they thought that you were manipulating them by crying or whatever it is, when really it was just because you're a sensitive soul and you feel things deeply, that's something that the universe is saying needs to be kept in check, because you're not this person's mum. You're not this person's sibling, whatever trauma they're coming from, where they feel manipulated by women in their life. That's not you, and it's not fair to put that on you. Complete misdirected anger. But as well, it could just be, like I said, if they're watching you and they're seeing you do some kind of healing work, then your words make an impact on people. So things that you say might be triggering them, but in a good way. Like I'm seeing someone learning from you. I don't see someone who's watching you and resenting you for the words that you speak. It might trigger them in the moment because it resonates, but they are learning from it, and that's good. You want that. And sometimes they might even think, are they posting this for me? Do they know what's going on in my life? They might think sometimes you're watching them, but really it's just because you're posting stuff that they can relate to. Number 6, I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge this situation instead of surrendering to it. So I think pride is still the biggest thing that the universe is trying to get them to push through right now. I think ego and pride is probably the biggest thing that masculines have to do work on. Number 3, I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep, unconditional love. Number 8, Another telepathic message card. You show up in my dreams. It helps me process buried memories. So that's good. They're clearing things out in the astral realms while they sleep. So that's good. Not everything has to be done during the day. A lot of times people do some healing work in their sleep and they're unaware of it. Number 3 again. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. And straight away, before when I said they're learning from you, so whatever it is that you're saying or posting or whatever, and they might be triggered in the moment because it resonates, or they might think you're just saying that because you want me to hear it. Whatever the reasoning is, in the end, whether they realize it or not, they're alchemizing it internally and actually learning something from it, and it's helping them change and grow. And that's beautiful, actually. It could be something where it's like you thought things that you said fell on deaf ears, or they were too stubborn to listen. It went through one ear and out the other. And maybe at the time it felt like that. But then months and months later, that conversation might have popped up into their head, or a post that you made might have really popped into their head, and they suddenly clicked and had a light bulb moment and gone, oh my God, I get it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes things take time to germinate. The 9th of March or the 3rd of September. The 6th of January or the 1st of June, but karmic ties. I'm not happy, and that's what we had in this deck. That card that was flipped over that said, I'm miserable, I'm not happy in my current situation, I'm miserable without you. This confirms it. I'm not happy. Karma, which is behaviors, people and or situations, is playing a role in what's happening with me, and it's hard for me to see a way out. I think they're also being shown in karmic ways from people around them. Work, family, home life, friend life, social life. They are being shown things right now to make them realize that, one, they don't want to be in those surroundings anymore, but 2, that they don't want to be like that anymore as well. Kind of like when you see someone mirroring your own behavior. So let's say, for instance, when you were upset and they would mock you, then since they've been in a situation where they were really upset about something and the person they were upset with mocked them about it. Now they see, well, I did that to my person. It's not very nice, is it? I shouldn't do that to people I love. It doesn't feel good. And these are the things that you learn when you're not together, because you're both too close to the situation. You love each other so much that you can't see it properly. And then during separation, you will be shown your behavior through other people and go, hang on, I do that. It's not very nice. And then change it. It's maturing. Getting that emotional intelligence that they lacked before. Seeing things so black and white. 2 for that. Because of you, I'm starting to see what's really important in life, because they're learning from you. Whatever messages you're putting out, they are learning from, and that's really beautiful. I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. So whatever, again, they are watching you so much on social media that I really think that this person thinks you're watching them, because of what you post is just striking such a chord with them that they think there's no way you can't be watching them secretly. But that's them needing to learn how deep this connection goes, how spiritual this connection is, because if you're not spying on them, that's how connected you are, that what you're speaking is helping them learn themselves better, helping them to grow, helping them to evolve, helping them to be a better person. The 3rd of April or the 3rd of September, the 4th of March or the 9th of March. Alright, last one. And then we'll get a timing card, I think, and tarot. Maybe not. Two for that as well. So the 8th of October could be important. The 8th of January could be important. And you've got another telepathic message card here. So this is really important. I think this person really is going through a period of time where they're understanding how spiritual this connection is, how deep it actually goes, because telepathy is not... That's a deep way to be connected to someone. And number 1 on the bottom as well. And telepathic messages under that, number 5. I feel you pulling away. And it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. Especially if they can see you're doing well. And that was that card again. I can't validate our love in the 3D till I understand our spiritual connection in the 5D. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. They are coming into understanding now how deep this goes and what this connection really is. Understanding what you are to them more than just being some random ex, because I can say without a shadow of a doubt this person has thought about the fact that they haven't been able, no other ex have they not been able to just get over with time. But you, after however long it's been, are still such a prominent thought in their mind. They have not been able to get over you. There must be a deeper meaning to it. What is these twin flame things about? What are soulmates? What is telepathy? All these things they're understanding now. They're coming into that 5D understanding. I'm going through physical and emotional symptoms. I need space to rest, but from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. That is exactly what's happening right now. Whether they're being faced with their own behavior from other people right now, or maybe they're in isolation because they're trying to integrate all the lessons they've learned and they don't want to be sharing their energy with anyone else right now, because they're really feeling it. They're really going through it. I feel your energy around me. I wonder, are you thinking of me too? They really do wonder if you still think about them. Do you think I'm your twin flame? Do you miss me? Do you think about me? Are you watching me? Because the stuff you post seems a little bit too close to home. Like, so many thoughts. Okay, I want to get your perspective on this person. See if you even see them the same way they see you. Balance, masculine and feminine, new love. So you actually want to missing you. So you are missing them. That's the telepathy. And you did get, the universe's perspective was that you two are mirroring each other. This is the first deck we're getting out that is about you and your feelings towards your masculine. You honestly feel like if they can balance their emotions, if they can balance that masculine, feminine energy within them and really step into their divine masculine energy and take charge, that new and improved version of them can create a new love between you two. Yes, this says new love, but it's your twin flame, but igniting new romance between you two, a new beginning. Because you're missing them. You might even have Talking to the Moon, that Bruno Mars song, longing, reminiscing. So it could even be as well that you're suddenly feeling this pull to check their social media because they're so heavily in your energy. You might out of nowhere be like wondering, why is this person so consuming my thoughts right now? You might have had so many intrusive thoughts, things like that this person's married now, they've moved on from you and they're married. And then that's freaked you out and thought, I want to check their social media. There's something where, because you two are mirroring so hard and you're picking up their energy and they're so in their thoughts about the distance here and the challenges that need to be overcome here, and they're kind of on the like not dealing with it stage at the moment, you're picking up this energy that because they're so in yours. You're both doing the same thing right now. You haven't got spying here though yet, but we'll see if it comes out. I just think intuitively, I'm actually feeling like you've had moments of having this pull to want to check their social media. Whether or not you've actually given into the pull or not, you may or you may not have. Divine Feminine. So you actually believe that this person helped you find yourself. Despite what they did to you, you really stepped into your divine power. You are exactly how they see you. On the flip side, it could be that this is the masculine I'm talking to, and this is from this is you seeing your feminine this way. I mean, you're mirroring, so it kind of works both ways, to be honest with you. 5D flipped over. But this feminine definitely wants to rekindle things with this masculine, but you're both stuck in your heads right now. Both longing, both reminiscing. Oh, so they think you're running from this. When they think of you, they actually see you as the runner, which, let's be real, if I'm talking to the divine masculine, you are running. Not just because you're not with them or not communicating, but the fact that you're spying on social media, you're still not showing up in that authentic masculine energy because you're not showing up as yourself. You're hiding. So that still is running energy, but they think that you're running from rekindling this. Missing you. Fire. So you could be a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they might be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You both might be, but this is like how you got the passion card. The passion they feel for you, it is a fire in their belly. And you might even have memories of when you two were together that you just could not get enough of each other. You were all over them, you wanted them all the time. And that's a big part of missing you as well, because that no one will ever match that level of chemistry. They can't, because you only have one twin flame. That's the other thing that just reminded me. Some people think you have multiple twin flames. I don't believe in that, but to each their own. Yeah, so the separation is causing them to miss you too. And they're going over as well the thoughts of what caused this separation too. Okay, what's next, please? What is next for this collective? Timing. I said I was going to get a timing card. Can we get a timing for this reconciliation, possibly? Or next point of communication? Next full moon. I actually think the 7th of October, which is funny because that came out in this, I'm pretty sure. The 7th of October is the next full moon. And I actually even said to you when that came out, I said 7th of October might be important. So put a note in your diary, because 7th of October is the next full moon, and that might be when this, either you are reaching out to your feminine, or if it's the feminine watching, that your masculines are going to reach out around that full moon. Might not be on the full moon, but around it. The energy always lasts a few days before and after it. Same with Mercury retrograde. Okay, again, yes, this says it's not worth waiting for, but I have actually allocated this card to not the words to not be that. It's actually, that's 3 travel cards now. I'm actually seeing that as the feminine waiting at the airport for her masculine to, she's meeting her masculine at the airport. So that's 3. You've got distance, you've got the travel card, and now you've got the airport card. At a special date, so maybe the 7th of October is a special date. But there could even be a special date coming up that has nothing to do with the 7th of October. That's the next full moon. So there's something significant shifting around the full moon. But there could be a special date coming up soon that will be the cause of initiating contact. Divine timing is at play. Let's try and get in one more. Because I just don't think because today's the 24th of September, I just don't see how between now and the 7th of October that you would have reconciled. Communication maybe, but not actually being back together, especially with distance and the time here. And but this year, and I always see that card as New Year's celebrations. 2 people sitting on the beach together, no one else around but enjoying the fireworks on the beach. So that could be a special date for you two. Perhaps spending New Year's together will be a special date. But patience is required because New Year's isn't that far. So 24th of September, October, November, December, 3 months. But divine timing is at play here. All right, so let's see what's next here. What is next? And then we'll get a divine door. Actually, instead of what's next, what is your angel's advice here when it comes to this? What is your advice, please, for this collective? Page of Swords. Curious and witty, chatty and gossip. Do not let gossip come in between you. But this is all about communication. Coming in with clear communication, saying what you mean. And mean what you say. But finding out information. So that again is why in my head straight away I wasn't thinking that you two will be reconciled by the next full moon, but that this is something where whether you need to give someone clarity or whether you're the person that needs to receive the clarity. This isn't something where it's going to just be one blanket conversation and then you guys can be over it and moving on. It's going to take time to rebuild the foundation here, and that takes finding information. It's learning each other again. It's a brand new relationship. Okay, 8 of Swords and the Chariot. So the Chariot is a travel card as well, long distance travel. But moving forward, I think that's moving forward away from being trapped in your mind. Until this person comes in, or until you bite the bullet and make communication with this person, you're going to feel trapped and restricted. You need to get out of your head and take action. Or if you're the feminine, just know that this masculine is being pushed to take action now. You're not powerless in this situation. You're not the victim. You're not helpless. You can reach out. It's not the end of the world. But did you die? The Chariot, success, moving forward, determination to have success in this situation, determination to move away from feeling like the victim, from feeling helpless, from keeping yourself trapped in your mind, breaking free from that. But as well, they're telling you, you can break free from this. You always have the power. You just need to see that and actually take action here. And I also see that as encouragement for this travel. And as well, I don't even think that bridge exists anymore, but in Paris they had a bridge where people would put locks on this bridge after engraving like a love message or their initials with their lover's initials, and they'd put it, I think it was called the Love Lock Bridge or something. I think it actually ended up collapsing into the water under the weight of all the locks on it. But I think a few different places do it now, but that could be significant. Seven of Swords under the Page of Swords. I'm not seeing that as deceit and cheating. I'm seeing that as strategizing. And also someone needing to get in first. This is also a card about rushing. So again, slow roll. You don't have to rush things, especially if there's been a lot of damage here and there's also been a lot of time here. The good thing about the distance though is that you can't rush because there's distance. So I think don't get overwhelmed. As the person reaching out or the person receiving the communication, don't rush. There's no need to rush. Build the foundation. Allow things to flow. Divine timing. Eight of Swords. Two of Wands, more trouble, but that's planning. Six of Wands, success. You're going to get out of your trapped mind, or if I'm talking to the feminine, this masculine is going to break free from their trapped mind, their self-imposed restrictions, and they want to have success here. Your angels are saying you can have success here. Very much victorious in this situation. It's just about choosing the path and then taking action towards it, making the decision and then doing it. As well as when you're taking things slow and building the foundation, they're saying, wait a bit, plan, don't rush. The biggest message here, I think, is to not rush and get out of your head, because success is very much the outcome here. And don't forget, this is advice. They are wanting you to know. Take it slow, find out more information, go with the flow, don't rush it, because you can have success here. But just plan things out. Wait for things to unfold naturally. Page of Wands with the Hanged Man. So that's another card of waiting. But I think because with this travel as well, this masculine might feel like they're having to sacrifice a lot to come to travel. But again, it's about lacking the right perspective here. If you're miserable where you are and you know your happiness lies with your feminine, then is it really a sacrifice? If you know you want to have a family with this person, or even if it's not that you want kids, but you want to build a life with them, get married, buy a house, or have a business, whatever. If you see your happiness as building a life with them, then what are you actually sacrificing? Your old miserable life? Okay. Is that really something to sacrifice? Like, that is something I would sacrifice if I thought, it's like, yeah, you might not see your whole future laid out in front of you, but isn't it better to try? This can also be about lacking direction though, so I think that their advice to you is that will be the biggest thing for this masculine to overcome, is the lack of direction and making forward movement, getting out of their head and actually doing. But because it came out of the Page of Wands, I actually think that they will in the end conquer that fear, that inability to make a decision. I think that the excitement will give them that energy and that motivation to overcome any difficulties when it comes to so-called sacrifice. With the King of Cups on the bottom, perfect. Stepping into being emotionally intelligent and stepping into his empathy. Because before, I think that this masculine was imbalanced when it came to empathy, compassion, emotions. balancing your head and your heart. I'm saying to get out of their head and take action because they're two in their head. But emotional maturity is balancing your head and your heart. But I think that they're saying if they truly intend to be devoted to you, that this can all actually be okay, more than okay. All right, I'm going to get this deck to see a potential future of this. What's next? And then we'll get a divine door. I want that deck instead. Let's try this one instead. The future of this, what's next? You got the engagement ring. 555, as I said that. That's wild. Diamond ring, proposal, engagement, agreement, next level, promise, partnership, statement of intent, marriage, union. That's pretty straightforward. No explanation needed. Number 25 could be important. Actually, straight away when I saw that too, I saw the fireworks. So it could even be, if you two spend New Year's together, they might propose to you on New Year's. Don't have that expectation though. Go with the flow. Don't rush anything. Allow it to happen naturally. Don't try to force it to happen. It'll happen when it's, if and when it's meant to. Travel card again. Mask. So I think that this person's going to come in wearing a mask. I don't think they're going to come in with big declarations of love straight away, especially because of the time that's gone by and the damage that was done. And that might trigger you because it feels like they're still leading with their ego and trying to disguise what they know they've done here. And it also might feel that because they're wearing a mask and you can tell they're wearing a mask, you might feel like they're hiding things from you still, and that will trigger you. It might come off like they're kind of putting on a show a bit, and that will feel fake. But spring, new moon, we're in spring now in Australia, but new beginnings, a fresh start. I think there's a lot of excitement around this. And I think I said even since August that November is an important month for communication. So we didn't get November come out, but I think there is a big amount of reunions happening between now and the new year. Well, and into the new year. But the tension, the energy is increasing right now. But they have every intention to come towards you and have a fresh start here and rejuvenate things. And this is also a card of fertility. So you could have rings and babies coming. But this says, yes, spring into action. Again, this masculine is heavily being guided to just get out of their head and take action. But a new cycle is about to begin. The number 14 as well. That's too many. Oh, wow. You got the Swan card. Oh, and 3 A's in a row. So their first or last name could start with an A, or their initials could even be AA, as in their first and last name start with A, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be a first or a last name starts with A. But you've got 6, you've got 25, and you've got 9. Look up angel number 2525 because you've gotten it twice now. But you've got the swans, the twin flames, mate for life, monogamy, soulmate, twin flame, the one, a pair of things, a deep soul connection, blooming love, faith, divination, fluidity. Guys, you've got 2 cards out of 130 33 in the deck, you got both wedding ring cards. You got engagement ring and wedding rings. There is definitely a big commitment coming here. That's double confirmation. This is for a very select few. There is actually marriage, I think, between reconciling and I just heard elopement too. Things will move very quickly, but let it naturally move that way. Don't force it, is what they're trying to say. But this is agreement, pact, cycle. A new cycle is beginning. Partnership, trust, alliance, commit, circular, continuing on, closure, closing out the past relationship and making a promise for a new and better relationship. But a bond. I can't believe that too, because that's the 225 cards as well. So definitely look that up. That's important. 25. And then we've got Moose, number 9. Imposing, powerful, independent, time alone, attitude is everything, calm, cool and collected, confident, solidarity. I think that this is the mode that you're going to be in. And this masculine too. Before these big, I just can't get over that. Those 3 cards, you've got the twin flame card with both ring cards, all to confirm one another. This is something that you need to put thought into, because this all feels nice to say, but this is what's coming next. And if this person's coming in wearing a mask, that is a big opportunity for you to set boundaries and really take things slow. Let this person slowly open up to you. I think this attitude card is exactly that. They want you to have the right attitude with this, not because you shouldn't be with this person, but to not be triggered by them wearing a mask. Allow things to unfold the way that they need to unfold. Even if time alone is something you need in the beginning. If this person comes in and you need some time to process what's just happened, that's okay. If this person sees you as the one, they'll wait. But the biggest thing to me here is the line that says attitude is everything. Having the right attitude, both of you. Number 28, the man. So that's the masculine. Boyfriend, fiance, spouse, love interest. They're about to be a fiance. Number 22, crossroads. So they're at a crossroads right now, but that's because they're so stuck in their head. That's also a travel card. Triple, quadruple confirmation about needing to travel to you. But that's under the spring new moon card. So they're at a crossroads. It's causing them to be at a stalemate, trying to decide on what decision they're going to make. And in the end, they have free will. So they can still continue to just stay in the dark and not make a move. But they are being guided to take action here. The element of air. Intellectual, idealistic. This card is likely it's developing. So this is being developed right now. Things are happening that you can't see, that they can't see. But they're gathering information right now, and I think they're definitely curious about you, but communication is heavily on their mind. I think that's what's coming in, is the communication. I think this engagement and something in the new year around an engagement is what is destined to happen if the energy continues on the same path it's on now. If this person's ego, they don't let their ego get the better of them. Okay, wow. Closing message, please. Offerings. They're definitely going to offer you something. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Have the right attitude. I just have to quickly say though, yes, this person hurt you deeply. It's not about saying that that was okay. It's about, if you want this to happen, just allow the conversation to flow and allow this person to make amends for what they've done. Because they know they're going to need to make amends for what they've done. They're going to need to show determination and persistence towards you. Share more than expected and see love come around. It's about to come full circle. You're about to end the old chapter with them and start a brand new, fresh one. So, but just don't hold on to it. Allow things to come as they're meant to come. It's being developed right now.